All right, let's dive into another episode of Strategy in Small Doses. But first, I want to just do a quick check-in. How's everybody doing? How are you feeling? I cannot believe we're already into the second month of 2022. I don't know where this time is flying, but just checking in. How'd your January go? How are you feeling? Are you feeling stressed out? Jump into the Facebook group. You know the deal. Fully booked solopreneur and freelancer. And I just want to just a quick check-in. I think it's important for us to do those things, to check in and just be there for each other because, entrepreneurship, solopreneurship can be tough. So here's my open invitation to let you know. I want you to jump into the Facebook group. Don't worry about a prompt and just say, hey, was listening to your episode and I want you to do a quick check-in. All right. So let's dive in to today's episode, which is really about more is not always better. And I know I've talked about this a lot and you've probably heard me talk about it more than once, but I want to talk about it again because it just came up again with another client. And in regards to us as solopreneurs, as the experts in what we do, we have a tendency to want to give our clients the world, right? We want to give them everything and anything that we can because we think that the more information they have, the better equipped they will be. And in fact, that's actually counterintuitive because most of the time, the more information they have, the more overwhelmed they get, the more confused they get, and the more they shut down. And I want to give you a perfect example of this is I have a client here locally. She's a dog trainer, and we created this virtual classroom for her students that basically allowed them to continue their dog training while she was not there with them in person. She does a lot of one-to-one. And we created this virtual training, and she literally has, I don't know, over 100 something videos in there. It's massive and it covers everything and anything, like any situation that could possibly happen. If somebody knocks on the door, if a leaf blows by, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but seriously, there's a lot of videos in there and it's kind of all just in one huge main product. And so she's gotten a lot of feedback on it that people sign up and then they do nothing with it. And so we finally asked for feedback. We asked a couple of her clients who had taken some time to go through it. We asked them for some feedback and every single one of them came back with the same thing. It's too much. It's too overwhelming. It's hard to navigate. I don't know where to start. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like every time I turn around, like, I don't know what I should be focusing on. I don't know where I should be, spending my time and energy. It's too much. And so they shut down, they log out, they get sick of it and that's it. They're done. And then they forget about it and they have not logged back in. And so they're paying for something that they're not using. And obviously too, they're not getting any results because they're not using it, right? So it's a perfect example that more is not better. And I see this happening all the time. I see it like with almost everybody. I do it myself. I'm like, oh, wait, but we could do this or we could do that. And I find myself, I have to catch myself constantly saying, hold on, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to make a note of it so I don't forget, but I'm not going to do that. And so here's what I want you to take away from this. All right. Think about how you work with clients. Think about some of your products. Think about some of your services and figure out if there's a way that you can break them down. Can you break them down to be easier? Can you break them down to give people, it's not to say you're going to give them surface level. It's not to say you can't go deep, but it's very hard to go wide and deep at the same time. And I think that's what, if you can picture that, it's like you can go deep in one area, right? Like keep it a very narrow, specific focus and go really, really, really deep with it. But you can't, or you can go really, really wide and stay very kind of surface level, maybe just below the surface. But you don't want to do both. You don't want to go really, really wide, giving them everything that could potentially they come across, and then also try to dive deep with them on all of those things. It's not going to work, okay? And that is where people shut down, and it's not better. So don't feel like by taking some of your stuff back and not going as deep or not going as wide, don't take that like you're shorting your client out or you're not giving them the biggest value or they're not going to gain from it and you could give them so much more. Don't think of it that way. Think of it as you are giving them the information that they need right now, and then you can always expand on it and you can always add to it. Because once they have one thing figured out, then you can expand on that. You can go deeper, you can expand, you can go wider. But you can't do that if they don't know where to start. If think about that, like I want you to ask yourself, am I shutting them down before they even start? Because that's really what was happening with this client. She was literally shutting her clients down before they even had a chance to start. And all of the knowledge in there is really, really great and it's amazing, but it needs to be broken into little parts. So now what we've done based on some feedback that we've gotten is we've taken this huge classroom that she had, we called it a virtual classroom, and we broke it into these like micro classrooms. And so you can, if you're struggling with leash walking, you can just log into the leash walking course and you see nothing else. You see nothing else. This is what I'm saying. It's not to go, she can go deep. She goes really deep. There's quite a few videos on leash walking, but that's it. They're only dealing with that one specific thing right now. They're not dealing with aggression and playtime and manners at the door and sitting and down and stay and all that, like, right? This is, again, remember, this is dog training, but this could be used in any situation, no matter what you're trying to teach or what information you're giving. I see this happen. I had another client, let me give you a different example, a marketing strategist. She did a 90-minute power hour session and she touched on what she sent me. She went through in 90 minutes was, I had to have her send me a video of it. Like I couldn't make any sense of it either because it was so much information. Like she sent me so many things. I was like, how do we do anything with all of this? And so we cut it back. And again, it's not to say that her 90-minute sessions now are going to be of less value. They're actually going to be of more value because they're going to be very focused on one area that she can go deep with the client on. And then if they need more, they can move to the next step. But instead of giving them everything, like she literally threw her everything, there was like 10 different documents and multiple different things. I truly, I had to have her send me a video. I couldn't make any sense of any of it. I was like, this is way too much. Like I would be shut down. I wouldn't know how to move forward with any of this. And so that's what I want you to really think about. Look at what you're doing, look at your process, see if people are not giving you the best feedback, see if you feel like your clients aren't getting the best results, and look at it from a place of, am I giving them too much and I'm shutting them down before they even have a chance to start? Okay. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.